We're at the Vancouver Resources Investment Conference for 2014 in Vancouver, Canada, and I'm with Bruce Counts, who's the Chief Operating Officer for Aston Bay Holdings. Welcome, Bruce.
Thank you very much. Pleasure.
Yeah. Now, this is a great conference, and I've met some of your other colleagues over the course of the conference. And so, could you let the investors know exactly what your asset is?
We're exploring a project in Nunavut. It's called the Storm Copper Project. It's a tidewater project that's located very near the Northwest Passage shipping routes. It's about 150 kilometers south of the old Polaris mine, which operated for 30 years, but it's in the very high Arctic. Very high-grade copper. We're exploring the copper. The project was initially discovered by Cominco in the late 1990s. As Polaris was winding down, they sent out geologists to look for more ore to feed to their mill, and they discovered this copper project. Unfortunately, of course, at that time, the copper price was around 60 cents, so they abandoned the project, but not before they'd done about 15,000 meters of drilling.
Wow.
And some of the drilling was quite compelling, particularly given the copper price today is over $3 per pound. We have, for instance, one result where we have 110 meters of 2.45% copper. So we believe that there's a significant resource of high-grade copper in this district.
So is the area further to the north of Polaris mine, that's been mined in the past?
That's correct. It was mined for almost 30 years.
And you produced copper out of that place?
No, it was lead zinc.
Lead zinc?
Lead zinc, correct. And it operated for almost 30 years. It was run by Cominco, which was subsequently purchased by Teck.
Teck. Now, who's involved with Aston Bay? You have any significant partners for this project?
No, we have we've optioned the property from a company called Commander Resources, and we have an avenue to earn 70% and then actually buy out the final 30% to capture 100% of the project. We don't have any other partners involved at this stage. Obviously, we are courting some of the majors and talking to them about the project, and I think there's some interest, but certainly nothing that has happened and materialized at this point.
So in terms of the infrastructure, obviously they've worked that area in the past.
Correct.
So what's the infrastructure like for the access to your asset?
Well, there's the property itself is located right on tidewater. And then about 100 kilometers to the north, we have the community of Resolute Bay. Resolute Bay is the hub for Canadian military operations in the Arctic. So there's a very good strip.
Serviced.
Very well serviced. We also, Resolute Bay has an annual barge or sea lift service that comes up, which we can divert to our property, and then we could actually bring our bulk commodities right into the site. So fuel, drilling mud, drilling salts, and those sorts of bulk commodities that you don't want to fly in. And that will certainly mitigate your exploration costs. And if we're fortunate enough to find an economic deposit, obviously would mitigate your mining costs as well.
Terrific. Now, if investors want to get involved in the story, the ticker code?
BAY, so Bravo Alpha Yankee, on the TSX Venture Exchange.
So Aston Bay, BAY.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
And also you'd have a website.
We do. It's astonbayholdings.com is our website, and there you can find a lot of information about the project, about the team, about the share structure. The company was launched in May of this year. The capital structure is that we have 25 million shares outstanding with a very high degree of insider ownership. And in fact, Cominco is one of our large shareholders. We purchased the data that they had collected, the 15,000 meters of drilling and all the sampling data that they had collected over the years. We purchased that from them, and they became a large shareholder as a result of that.
Fantastic. So you've got there's an asset there, you've got disturbed area, you've got infrastructure.
Yes.
Sounds like you're on a winner, Bruce.
We believe so.
Thank you very much for coming and talking to us.
Thank you very much. Cheers.